Okay, we have already seen this equation, but I wanted to remind you of what the deltas mean. Delta just means change in. In other words, final minus original, so that could be used for the length, and final minus original, and that could be used for temperature or whatever. These deltas show up all over the place. It's just a shorthand way of writing the change in something. So I think what I want to do in this video, if this shows up in here and in here, wouldn't it be nice if we had an equation that just solved for it in one place? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this like this. I'm going to write my delta L. I'm going to write LF minus LO. So that's this. And that equals my expansion coefficient. And then I'm just going to leave this delta T because I'm not interested in fiddling with this stuff right now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get rid of this multiplied LO on this side because all three of these things are multiplied together. So I'm going to divide the right side by LO, and that's going to the length original, and that's going to cancel it out. But whatever you do to one side, you got to do to both sides. So what that's going to do then, on the right side, it's going to be pretty easy. We're going to have our alpha and then our delta T. But over here, we've got this. So we've got LF over LO, the final length over the original length. And then we've got this, LO over LO. So that's minus 1. So this negative LO over LO is minus 1. So if I am interested in getting LF by itself, I think the first thing I'm going to do, I should have been changing colors here, but to get rid of this minus 1, I'm going to add 1, so that'll get rid of it, but I've got to do the same thing to both sides. And if I'm interested in getting this LF by itself, I'm going to multiply by LO, and so that's going to cancel that out. But if I multiply this side by the original length, I've got to multiply this side by the original length, right? So what I wind up with, and it's getting kind of ugly here, but what I wind up with is LF equals LO times 1 plus alpha delta T. And like I said, if you wanted to, you could write it like this, LF equals LO times 1 plus alpha. And then we could write this whole, instead of this, we could write delta T as TF minus TO, if you wanted to. So these two equations, I guess this one equation, it's useful, so it's worth having.